When the message first arrived, I was on a routine day shift at the Earth Space Agency, processing data from our latest deep space probes. It was just another day of sifting through cosmic noise and occasional anomalies. Then everything changed. The signal was faint, but unmistakable. It wasn't just random static or a malfunction, it was a structured transmission. My heart raced as I ran the signal through our decryption algorithms. The results were clear. It was an alien message, but its origins were untraceable. It was a breakthrough, the kind we had only dreamed of. We had made contact. The news spread like wildfire. Within hours, the world was abuzz with speculation, excitement, and fear. The leaders of Earth scrambled to respond, and soon a global conference was convened. I was one of the few who had been working directly with the signal, and I was thrust into the spotlight. For once, I was glad to be part of something bigger than myself. As I entered the conference hall, I could feel the weight of history on my shoulders. The room was filled with representatives from every corner of the globe, their faces a mix of anxiety and anticipation. The air was thick with the scent of expensive colognes and the tension of 1,000 conflicting interests. Our delegation was led by Dr. Eleanor Reyes, a veteran diplomat known for her calm demeanor and sharp intellect. She addressed the assembly with a gravitas that demanded attention. Ladies and gentlemen, we stand on the precipice of a new era. We have received a message from an unknown civilization. This is our opportunity to make contact and establish our place in the galaxy. I watched as the representatives exchanged glances, some filled with hope and others with skepticism. The room was divided between those who saw this as a chance for interstellar diplomacy and those who feared potential threats. I understood their concerns. The universe was vast and largely unexplored, and we knew little about the intentions of these alien beings. The meeting was intense, with debates and discussions stretching late into the night. Some advocated for a cautious approach, while others pushed for immediate and open communication. Dr. Reyes managed to steer the conversation towards a diplomatic mission, emphasizing the need for a united front. When the decision was finally made to send a delegation to make contact, I found myself chosen as part of the team. I had never imagined I would be in this position, but there I was, preparing to step into the unknown. The excitement and nervousness were almost overwhelming. As we prepared for our journey, I couldn't help but reflect on the significance of our mission. Humanity had always looked to the stars with wonder and trepidation, and now we were about to become part of that grand narrative. The future was uncertain, but the opportunity to make a difference was exhilarating. We embarked on our mission with a mixture of anticipation and trepidation. The spacecraft, sleek and advanced, seemed to hum with the promise of discovery. As we entered the vast expanse of space, I looked out at the stars, feeling both small and immense. This was just the beginning, and the path ahead was uncharted. Our arrival at the coordinates of the alien signal was met with awe and a touch of fear. The galaxy was not the empty void we had once imagined. It was teeming with life and possibilities. As we prepared to initiate contact, I knew that everything we did would shape the future of interstellar relations. And so, with a deep breath and a hopeful heart, I stepped into the unknown. The galaxy awaited, and humanity's story was about to be rewritten. The Council of Unity was convened in an impressive orbital space station, a marvel of engineering and diplomacy. As I approached the massive structure, floating majestically against the backdrop of stars, I felt a surge of awe and trepidation. This was no ordinary meeting. It was the start of something profoundly significant. Inside, the station was a blend of various architectural styles, reflecting the diverse cultures of the galactic representatives. Each section seemed to tell a different story, from sleek, modern lines to more intricate, organic designs. It was a visual testament to the rich tapestry of life we were about to interact with. I joined my fellow Earth delegates in the main chamber, a grand hall with a panoramic view of space. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation. Representatives from different species and planets were already mingling, their conversations a cacophony of unfamiliar languages and accents. Dr. Eleanor Reyes, our leader, stood at the podium, her presence commanding attention. She began by outlining the objectives of the Council to establish peaceful relations, discuss mutual goals, and set up a framework for ongoing cooperation. The gravity of her words was not lost on anyone present. The first day of the Council was dedicated to introductions and formalities. We learned about the various species and their homeworlds, each with its own unique culture and technological advancements. Some species were humanoid, while others were completely alien in form and function. Despite the differences, there was a common thread of curiosity and hope. As the days went by, it became clear that unity was easier said than done. Deep-seated mistrust and historical grievances were apparent. One particular faction, the Zolarians, were known for their isolationist policies and had a history of conflicts with neighboring systems. Their representative, a stern figure with an imposing presence, made it clear that they were not eager to embrace this new alliance. Despite the challenges, there were moments of genuine connection. During informal discussions, I found myself engaging with a representative from the Zorathian Coalition, a group of aquatic beings who communicated through a series of melodic tones and bioluminescent patterns. Their representative, a graceful being named Lyra, was eager to share knowledge about their advanced environmental technologies. Our conversations were a reminder of the potential for mutual benefit. The Council's first major task was to draft a charter for the newly formed coalition. This document would serve as the foundation for our interactions and agreements. The discussions were intense, with representatives debating over everything from trade regulations to defense protocols. Each species had its own priorities and concerns, and finding common ground was a delicate process. One particularly contentious issue was the allocation of resources. Some representatives argued for a shared system where resources were distributed based on need, while others insisted on a more competitive approach. The debates grew heated, and it became clear that building trust would be a gradual process. By the end of the week, we had made some progress, though not without compromise. The charter was agreed upon in principle, but many details remained to be worked out. The atmosphere in the chamber was a mixture of relief and fatigue. We had taken the first steps toward a unified future, but the road ahead was still fraught with challenges. As I left the chamber, I couldn't help but feel a sense of accomplishment. We had managed to bring together a diverse group of beings with vastly different perspectives and interests. It was a start, and sometimes that was all it took to set things in motion. The Council of Unity was a testament to the power of diplomacy and the possibility of a shared future. The galaxy was vast, and our journey had only just begun. As we moved forward, I hoped that the seeds of cooperation we had planted would grow into a thriving coalition, one that would stand the test of time. The work of bridging the cultural and technological gaps between our species began in earnest after the Council of Unity reached its preliminary agreements. Each member of the coalition was assigned specific tasks to foster cooperation and understanding. As part of the Earth delegation, I was involved in overseeing a joint research project that aimed to integrate our technologies with those of our new allies. Our first major initiative was the development of a universal translator that could handle the myriad languages and communication methods of the coalition's members. The project was a colossal undertaking, requiring input from experts across various fields. I found myself collaborating with alien scientists and engineers, each bringing their unique expertise to the table. One of the most intriguing aspects of this collaboration was working with the Flororians, a species known for their biotechnological innovations. Their communication was based on a complex system of pheromones and color changes, which was difficult for us to interpret. However, their contributions to the translator project were invaluable, as they provided insights into how to design a system that could accommodate their unique method of interaction. Simultaneously, I participated in a cultural exchange program designed to foster mutual understanding. The idea was simple. Each species would host representatives from others to experience their way of life firsthand. It was both exciting and nerve-wracking, knowing that my experiences would be scrutinized and that I would be representing humanity in a way that went beyond formal negotiations. My first assignment was to spend time with the Zorathians, whose home world was a beautiful aquatic paradise. The experience was surreal. I adapted to life underwater with the help of advanced technology that allowed me to breathe and move comfortably. Lyra, The Zorathian representative I had previously spoken with guided me through their vibrant coral cities and introduced me to their way of life. Living among the Zorathians was a revelation. Their society was centered around harmony with their environment, and they possessed an intricate understanding of ecological balance. I was amazed by their ability to cultivate and preserve underwater ecosystems while maintaining a high level of technology. This immersion into their culture was both educational and humbling, and it deepened my appreciation for their perspective. On Earth's side, we hosted representatives from the Zolarians. Their arrival was met with a mixture of curiosity and apprehension. The Zolarians were wary and reserved, and their initial interactions with us were tense. However, as we engaged in joint projects, such as developing new energy-efficient technologies, we began to see glimpses of their potential contributions. One particularly memorable moment was a shared workshop where Zolarians and Earth scientists worked together to create a new form of sustainable energy. Despite their reluctance, the Zolarians demonstrated a remarkable level of ingenuity and skill. Slowly, the walls of mistrust began to crumble, and we started to build a rapport based on mutual respect and shared goals. As the months passed, the initial excitement of new alliances gave way to the hard work of building lasting relationships. Challenges arose, and disagreements surfaced, but the commitment to bridging our divides remained strong. The Universal Translator Project progressed, and our cultural exchange programs began to yield positive results. The most significant breakthrough came when the Coalition's first joint mission was successfully completed. A collaborative effort to address a minor interstellar threat demonstrated the effectiveness of our combined technologies and strategies. The mission was a testament to the progress we had made and the potential for even greater achievements. Looking back, the process of bridging the divide was arduous but rewarding. It required patience, empathy, and a willingness to embrace the unknown. As we continued to work together, the vision of a unified galaxy became more tangible, and the once-distant dream of interstellar cooperation began to take shape. With each successful project and cultural exchange, the Coalition grew stronger. We were no longer just representatives of our respective species. We were partners in a grand experiment of unity. The road ahead was still long, but the progress we had made gave me hope for the future. The Coalition's progress was not without its complications. Despite the promising developments, an undercurrent of tension lingered beneath the surface. It wasn't long before the shadows of the past began to cast their influence on our efforts. Old grievances and hidden agendas threatened to unravel the delicate fabric of unity we had worked so hard to establish. It started with a series of unexplained disruptions in our communication networks. Data corruption, mysterious signal losses, and even sabotage attempts became frequent. The incidents were minor at first, but their frequency and severity grew, causing concern among the Coalition members. The sense of camaraderie we had cultivated was being tested, and the cracks in our unity began to widen. During an emergency meeting of the Coalition's Security Council, tensions reached a boiling point. The Zolarians, already skeptical of the Coalition's effectiveness, accused the Zorathians of being behind the disruptions, citing their advanced biotechnological capabilities as a motive for espionage. The Zorathians, in turn, denied the accusations and pointed fingers at the Zolarians, suggesting that their isolationist past might have led them to undermine the Coalition from within. As accusations flew and tempers flared, Dr. Eleanor Reyes remained composed, but even she seemed strained. She insisted on a thorough investigation, emphasizing the importance of addressing these issues without jumping to conclusions. The room was divided, and it was clear that trust was eroding fast. In the midst of this turmoil, I was assigned to investigate a particularly troubling incident. A high-profile research facility, crucial to our joint technological projects, had been attacked. The damage was extensive, and sensitive data had been stolen. It was a major setback, and the implications were serious. As I delved into the investigation, I discovered that the breach had been meticulously planned. The attackers had used sophisticated methods to avoid detection and cover their tracks. It was clear that someone with a deep understanding of both our technology and security systems was involved. My investigation led me to uncover a hidden faction within the Coalition, known as the Reclaimers. This group consisted of individuals who harbored strong anti-coalition sentiments and sought to restore their species' dominance over the galaxy. Their leader, an enigmatic figure known only as Kale, had been orchestrating the disruptions and attacks to sow discord and weaken the coalition's resolve. The more I uncovered, the more I realized that the Reclaimers were not only targeting the coalition, but also exploiting historical grievances to fuel their cause. They used old conflicts and unhealed wounds as a weapon, manipulating fears and mistrust to further their agenda. The damage they had caused was more than physical. It was psychological, aimed at eroding the very foundation of our unity. Confronting Kale was both a revelation and a challenge. When I finally tracked him down, I found him in a remote outpost, surrounded by a loyal but disillusioned group of followers. Kale was a charismatic and articulate figure, able to articulate grievances and concerns that resonated with many. His ability to exploit these issues for his own ends made him a formidable adversary. In our confrontation, Kale justified his actions as a fight for freedom and a return to a more natural order. He argued that the coalition was a facade masking a new form of dominance, and that his actions were a necessary resistance against it. It was a sobering moment, realizing how deep-rooted and complex the resistance against unity could be. Despite his arguments, Kale's methods were indefensible. I gathered evidence of his involvement in the attacks and presented it to the coalition's leaders. The confrontation led to a series of critical decisions. We had to address the concerns raised by the Reclaimers without compromising our principles of unity and cooperation. The resolution was multifaceted. We strengthened our security measures, launched a campaign to address the historical grievances and mistrust that the Reclaimers had exploited, and implemented new protocols for transparency and accountability within the coalition. It was a difficult and delicate process, but it was essential for restoring trust and ensuring the coalition's stability. As we worked through the aftermath of the Reclaimers' actions, I found myself reflecting on the challenges of building unity in a galaxy filled with diverse and often conflicting interests. The shadows of the past had tested our resolve, but they also illuminated the need for ongoing vigilance and empathy. The coalition had survived its first major crisis, but it was clear that the journey towards lasting unity would be a continuous and evolving process. With each challenge we faced, we grew stronger and more resilient, learning from our experiences and striving towards a more harmonious future. The turmoil caused by the Reclaimers was a harsh reminder of the fragility of our unity. The coalition had weathered the storm, but it was evident that deeper, more fundamental issues needed to be addressed to ensure lasting stability. Our next challenge was to find a compromise that would heal the wounds and set a solid foundation for the future. The coalition convened a special summit to tackle these issues head-on. The summit was held in a neutral location, a newly constructed space station that symbolized our commitment to peace and collaboration. Representatives from all member species gathered, their faces reflecting a mixture of hope, apprehension, and determination. Dr. Eleanor Reyes opened the summit with a heartfelt speech. We have faced trials that tested our unity and exposed our vulnerabilities. Today, we must confront these issues directly and work towards a compromise that addresses our deepest concerns. This is our chance to reaffirm our commitment to a collective future. The summit's agenda was ambitious. We aim to address 3 core areas: equitable resource distribution, conflict resolution mechanisms, and enhanced transparency. Each area was critical to maintaining trust and ensuring that the coalition could function effectively. Equitable resource distribution. Resource allocation had been a contentious issue from the beginning. Different species had different needs and priorities, and finding a fair system was no easy task. The initial proposals varied widely, with some suggesting a needs-based approach and others advocating for a merit-based system. After extensive debates and negotiations, we reached a compromise. Resources would be allocated based on a tiered system that considered both the needs of each species and their contributions to coalition projects. A governing body, composed of representatives from each member species, would oversee resource distribution to ensure fairness and transparency. Conflict resolution mechanisms. The recent conflicts had highlighted the need for a robust system to resolve disputes and manage tensions. We needed a mechanism that could address both minor disagreements and major crises effectively. The solution was a dual approach: an internal arbitration system for minor disputes and a coalition-wide council for more significant issues. The internal system allowed for quick resolutions, while the council provided a platform for more serious matters. Both systems emphasized mediation and dialogue, aiming to resolve conflicts amicably and prevent escalation. Enhanced transparency. One of the key lessons from the Reclaimer sabotage was the importance of transparency. To rebuild trust, we needed to ensure that all coalition activities and decisions were open and accessible to all members. We established a transparency framework that required regular reporting on coalition activities, decision-making processes, and financial matters. This framework included a public data repository accessible to all member species, ensuring that no information was hidden or manipulated. The negotiations were intense, with each representative advocating passionately for their species' interests. It was a delicate balancing act, but the commitment to a unified future drove us forward. The process was a testament to the coalition's ability to find common ground despite our differences. By the end of the summit, we had reached a comprehensive agreement. The Great Compromise was hailed as a landmark achievement, addressing the core issues that had caused divisions and setting the stage for a more stable and cooperative coalition. The atmosphere at the conclusion of the summit was one of cautious optimism. The compromise had not been perfect, but it was a significant step towards healing and building a stronger foundation for the future. We had managed to navigate through our disagreements and find solutions that would benefit all members of the coalition. As I looked around at the faces of my fellow delegates, I felt a renewed sense of hope. We had faced a crisis and emerged with a clearer vision of our shared goals. The Great Compromise was not just an agreement. It was a symbol of our collective determination to overcome our challenges and work towards a better future. The journey was far from over, but with each step, we were drawing closer to a unified galaxy. The compromises we had made would shape the coalition's future, and the lessons we had learned would guide us through the inevitable challenges ahead. With the Great Compromise in place, the coalition entered a new phase of development. The agreements we had reached provided a solid foundation, but now it was time to put those principles into action and establish the coalition structures and protocols. The rise of the coalition was a pivotal moment, marking the transition from a fragile alliance to a cohesive and functioning entity. The first major task was to establish the Coalition Council, the governing body that would oversee the implementation of our agreements and manage the day-to-day affairs of the coalition. The council was designed to be representative and inclusive, with delegates from each member species having a seat at the table. I was assigned to work on the council's setup, and the process was both exhilarating and challenging. We needed to create an effective framework that balanced representation with efficiency. The council structure was designed to ensure that every species had a voice while also allowing for swift decision-making when necessary. The council's inaugural session was held in the newly constructed coalition headquarters, a state-of-the-art facility that symbolized our commitment to collaboration and progress. The building itself was an architectural marvel, incorporating elements from various cultures and technologies. It was a physical representation of our collective vision. During the inaugural session, the council established several key committees to handle specific areas such as security, science and technology, and diplomacy. Each committee was tasked with implementing the agreements from the Great Compromise and developing strategies for future initiatives. One of the first major successes of the coalition was the launch of a joint research mission to explore a previously uncharted region of space. The mission aimed to map new star systems and identify potential resources and habitable planets. The collaborative effort showcased the coalition's ability to combine our technological expertise and scientific knowledge for the common good. The mission was a resounding success, and the data collected provided valuable insights into the region. It also demonstrated the practical benefits of our cooperation, reinforcing the coalition's credibility and encouraging further collaboration among member species. Simultaneously, the coalition began working on social and cultural initiatives to strengthen interspecies relations. A series of exchange programs and joint cultural events were organized, allowing members of different species to experience each other's traditions and customs. These initiatives were designed to foster understanding and appreciation, reducing the cultural barriers that had previously hindered our unity. The rise of the coalition also brought new challenges. As we grew and expanded our influence, we had to address concerns about resource allocation and representation. Balancing the needs of different species while ensuring fair and equitable treatment was a continuous process. The transparency framework established in the Great Compromise played a crucial role in addressing these concerns and maintaining trust. Despite these challenges, the coalition's progress was evident. Our collaborative projects were yielding positive results, and the sense of shared purpose and achievement was palpable. The once fractured alliances were transforming into a unified force with the potential to make a significant impact on the galaxy. The coalition's success was not just about the achievements of individual projects, it was about the collective effort and the spirit of cooperation that drove us forward. Each member species contributed its unique strengths, and the results were greater than the sum of their parts. As I reflected on our journey, I was struck by the magnitude of what we had accomplished. We had transformed from a disparate group of species with conflicting interests into a functioning coalition with a shared vision. The rise of the coalition was a testament to the power of diplomacy, compromise, and collaboration. Looking ahead, the future was filled with possibilities. The coalition had established a strong foundation, but there was still much work to be done. The challenges we faced were ongoing, and the path to a truly unified galaxy was long. However, with the coalition structures in place and a renewed sense of purpose, we were well equipped to navigate the journey ahead. As the coalition solidified its foundations and began to flourish, an unexpected and formidable threat emerged from beyond our known galaxy. This new danger not only challenged our unity, but also tested our preparedness and resolve. The threat was both alien and formidable, and its arrival would push the coalition to its limits. The first signs of the threat were subtle but alarming. Disturbances in space-time, unexplained gravitational anomalies, and uncharted space phenomena began appearing on our sensors. At first, these were dismissed as minor anomalies, but as they increased in frequency and intensity, they caught the attention of our best scientists and strategists. Dr. Eleanor Reyes convened an emergency council session to address the escalating situation. The chamber was filled with an air of urgency and concern. The usual formalities were bypassed, as we quickly got down to the matter at hand. The council had to decide on a course of action that would ensure the safety and security of the coalition. The source of the disturbances was eventually traced to an approaching fleet of unknown origin. The fleet was massive and highly advanced, with technology that far surpassed anything we had seen before. Our initial scans revealed that the fleet was equipped with powerful weapons and shields, indicating a highly aggressive stance. The leader of the fleet, identified only as Commander Zarek, made contact through a secure channel. His message was clear and menacing. He claimed that the coalition's expansion into new territories was a direct threat to his people, the Erythians, and that they would not tolerate any encroachment on their domain. The Council's response was swift. We needed to unite and prepare for a potential conflict. An emergency task force was assembled, consisting of military strategists, diplomats, and scientists. The goal was twofold: to prepare for defense and to explore any possible diplomatic solutions to avoid a full-scale war. Our military forces, though diverse and relatively new to joint operations, quickly mobilized. The coalition's technology and strategies were tested as we worked to integrate our defenses and establish a coordinated response. The Erythians' advanced weaponry posed a significant challenge, and we had to develop countermeasures quickly. As tensions mounted, the diplomatic team, led by Dr. Reyes, attempted to negotiate with Commander Zarek. We sought to understand his demands and find a peaceful resolution. The negotiations were tense and fraught with uncertainty. Zarek's demands were non-negotiable, and his tone left little room for compromise. The situation reached a critical point when the Erythian fleet positioned itself within striking distance of coalition territory. A standoff ensued, with both sides preparing for a potential confrontation. The threat of war loomed large, and the stakes were higher than ever. In a dramatic turn of events, the coalition scientists made a breakthrough in developing a new form of energy shield capable of withstanding the Erythians' weaponry. The shield, though experimental, provided a crucial advantage in our defensive capabilities. The new technology was rapidly deployed, and we prepared for the possibility of an impending battle. The day of the confrontation arrived, and the coalition forces took their positions. The tension was palpable as we awaited the Erythians' next move. As the two fleets faced off, the potential for destruction was immense. In a surprising twist, Commander Zarek initiated a final communication before hostilities could commence. He proposed a temporary ceasefire to discuss terms, acknowledging the strength and resolve of the coalition. The offer was a glimmer of hope in an otherwise dire situation. Dr. Reyes and the diplomatic team seized the opportunity to engage in a final round of negotiations. The discussions were intense and emotional, but they also revealed underlying common interests and concerns. The Erythians were not merely aggressors. They were a species struggling with their own internal conflicts and seeking to protect their way of life. After prolonged negotiations, a fragile agreement was reached. The coalition and the Erythians would establish a demilitarized zone and work together to address mutual concerns. The treaty was designed to ensure the security of both parties and to create a framework for future cooperation. The resolution was a testament to the coalition's strength and resilience. We had faced a formidable adversary and emerged with a renewed sense of purpose. The threat from beyond had tested our unity and preparedness, but it had also strengthened our resolve and demonstrated the effectiveness of our collaborative efforts. As we reflected on the crisis, it was clear that the coalition had proven its ability to face external threats and adapt to changing circumstances. The experience had been a harsh reminder of the challenges of maintaining unity in a vast and unpredictable galaxy, but it had also reinforced the importance of cooperation and diplomacy. The resolution of the Erythian crisis marked a turning point for the coalition. The treaty established a new precedent for how we would handle external threats and set the stage for a more collaborative future. With the immediate danger behind us, it was time to focus on the next chapter of our journey, the dawn of a new era of intergalactic cooperation and advancement. The first order of business was to implement the terms of the treaty and integrate the Erythians into the coalition's framework. The demilitarized zone established with the Erythians became a symbol of our commitment to peace and mutual respect. Joint efforts were made to demarcate and secure the zone, and both sides engaged in regular dialogues to ensure ongoing cooperation and understanding. One of the key initiatives of this new era was the formation of the Coalition Advancement Committee, CAC, an organization dedicated to driving technological innovation and cultural exchange. The CAC was tasked with overseeing projects that would benefit all member species and further enhance our collective capabilities. I was appointed as a liaison to the CAC, working to coordinate projects and initiatives across different species. It was a role that required a deep understanding of both technical and diplomatic aspects, and I was excited to be at the heart of this transformative effort. One of the CAC's first major projects was the development of a shared research facility located in a neutral space. The facility was designed to facilitate collaborative research and innovation, bringing together scientists, engineers, and researchers from all member species. The goal was to harness our collective knowledge and resources to tackle some of the galaxy's most pressing challenges. The research facility quickly became a hub of activity. Projects ranged from advanced propulsion systems to new forms of energy generation and environmental preservation technologies. The collaborative environment fostered creativity and innovation, and the results were impressive. Breakthroughs were made in various fields, demonstrating the power of our combined expertise. In addition to scientific advancements, the CAC also focused on cultural initiatives aimed at strengthening interspecies relations. We organized a series of intergalactic festivals and exchange programs, celebrating the diversity of the coalition's members. These events provided opportunities for members of different species to learn about each other's cultures and traditions, fostering a deeper sense of connection and understanding. The festivals were a highlight of the new era, showcasing the richness and variety of our collective heritage. From musical performances and art exhibitions to culinary experiences and storytelling sessions, the festivals were a testament to the beauty of our diversity and the strength of our unity. As we moved forward, the Coalition faced ongoing challenges and opportunities. The galaxy was a dynamic and ever-changing place, and our ability to adapt and evolve was crucial. The lessons learned from the Erythian crisis and the subsequent treaty were valuable reminders of the importance of vigilance, cooperation, and diplomacy. The rise of new technological and cultural advancements created a sense of optimism and excitement. The Coalition's success in overcoming external threats and driving innovation had established a strong foundation for a prosperous future. The collaborative spirit that had guided us through the crisis continued to propel us forward. Reflecting on the journey, I felt a deep sense of pride and accomplishment. The Coalition had grown from a fragile alliance into a robust and dynamic organization, capable of facing challenges and seizing opportunities. The dawn of this new era was a testament to our collective efforts and the power of unity. As we looked to the future, the possibilities seemed endless. The Coalition had not only survived but thrived, creating a model for intergalactic cooperation and advancement. With each new achievement and milestone, we were shaping a brighter and more inclusive future for the galaxy. The story of our journey was far from over. The dawn of this new era was just the beginning, and the road ahead was filled with potential and promise. Together, we would continue to explore, innovate, and build a future that embraced the diversity and strength of our shared existence. With the dawn of the new era upon us, the Coalition continued to thrive and innovate. However, as we delved into new frontiers and faced fresh challenges, echoes of the past began to resurface. These echoes were not just remnants of old conflicts, but also lingering questions about the history and legacy of our diverse species. Understanding these echoes was crucial for ensuring that our future was not tainted by unresolved issues or hidden truths. The catalyst for this chapter of our journey came unexpectedly. During routine explorations of an ancient star system on the fringe of Coalition space, our research team discovered a series of enigmatic ruins. The ruins, unlike anything we had encountered before, appeared to belong to a long-lost civilization. The artifacts and structures bore signs of advanced technology and a complex culture, but their origins remained shrouded in mystery. Dr. Eleanor Reyes, eager to uncover the secrets of the ruins, initiated a joint archaeological and research mission. The goal was to investigate the ruins and determine their significance to our understanding of galactic history. The mission was led by a diverse team of archaeologists, historians, and scientists from various species, each bringing their unique perspectives and expertise. As the team began to explore the ruins, they uncovered evidence suggesting that the civilization had been both highly advanced and deeply interconnected with other species across the galaxy. Ancient records and artifacts hinted at a vast network of trade, diplomacy, and cultural exchange. The discovery was both thrilling and unsettling, raising questions about the connections between this lost civilization and our own species. One of the most intriguing findings was a series of ancient records written in a language that was partially decipherable. The records spoke of a catastrophic event that had led to the civilization's downfall, a conflict that had devastated their society and scattered their people across the galaxy. The parallels to our own history were striking, and the discovery of these echoes from the past stirred a mix of curiosity and concern. The revelation of the lost civilization's demise brought to light unresolved issues from our own past. It became clear that the conflict that had led to their downfall had involved many of the same species now forming the Coalition. The historical connections and shared experiences of conflict and cooperation were both illuminating and sobering. The Council convened to discuss the implications of these findings. The discovery of the ancient ruins and the echoes of past conflicts prompted a renewed focus on addressing historical grievances and reconciling long-standing issues between member species. The goal was to ensure that the mistakes of the past were not repeated and that our current unity was based on a genuine understanding of our shared history. One of the key initiatives was the establishment of a Galactic History and Reconciliation Commission, GHRC. The GHRC was tasked with researching and documenting the history of interspecies conflicts and cooperation, as well as facilitating dialogue and reconciliation processes. The commission aimed to create a comprehensive and inclusive historical record, acknowledging the complexities and nuances of our collective past. The work of the GHRC was challenging and emotionally charged. It required confronting painful truths and addressing grievances that had been buried for centuries. The commission held a series of public forums and discussions, allowing members of different species to share their experiences and perspectives. The process was both healing and transformative, as it provided a platform for open dialogue and mutual understanding. Through these efforts, the coalition began to address historical injustices and build a more inclusive and equitable future. The echoes of the past were no longer just distant memories. They became valuable lessons that guided our actions and decisions. The reconciliation process fostered a deeper sense of unity and commitment to preventing future conflicts. As the work of the GHRC progressed, the coalition's leadership emphasized the importance of learning from history while focusing on the future. The goal was not to dwell on past grievances, but to use them as a foundation for building a more resilient and harmonious galaxy. The echoes of the past had revealed both the challenges and the opportunities of our shared history. They had underscored the need for ongoing reflection, dialogue, and reconciliation. The process was an essential part of our journey, ensuring that our unity was grounded in a genuine understanding of our collective experiences. With the lessons of the past integrated into our present, the coalition moved forward with renewed determination and purpose. The future was shaped by the knowledge and insights gained from our history, and the echoes of the past served as a reminder of the strength and resilience of our shared existence. With the echoes of the past addressed and our unity strengthened, the coalition set its sights on new horizons. The galaxy was vast and full of uncharted territories, ripe with potential for exploration, discovery, and growth. This chapter marked the beginning of our journey into the unknown, a bold step into a new frontier that promised both excitement and uncertainty. The Coalition Council, invigorated by our recent successes and the resolution of past conflicts, decided to launch an ambitious initiative, the Frontier Exploration Program, FEP. The program's goal was to explore distant regions of space, seeking out new star systems, habitable planets, and resources that could benefit all member species. The FEP represented a collective leap into the unknown, driven by our shared curiosity and desire for progress. The preparation for the Frontier Exploration Program was extensive. We needed to equip our fleet with advanced technologies capable of handling the challenges of deep space travel. This included developing new propulsion systems, enhancing life support mechanisms, and creating sophisticated mapping and communication tools. The CAC played a pivotal role in coordinating these efforts, ensuring that the technological advancements we had achieved were effectively integrated into our exploration missions. The inaugural mission of the FEP was a historic event. The Coalition's flagship, the Elysium Horizon, was chosen to lead the expedition. The ship was a marvel of engineering, equipped with cutting-edge technology and designed to accommodate a diverse crew from all member species. The crew itself was a representation of our unity, with scientists, engineers, diplomats, and explorers all working together towards a common goal. As we prepared for departure, there was a palpable sense of excitement and anticipation. The mission was not just about exploration, but also about forging new paths and establishing connections with potential new allies. The potential for discovery was limitless, and the possibilities for enhancing our collective knowledge and resources were immense. The journey began with a grand ceremony, celebrating the launch of the Elysium Horizon and the start of the Frontier Exploration Program. The ceremony was attended by representatives from all member species, highlighting the collaborative spirit that had brought us to this point. It was a moment of pride and reflection, a testament to the progress we had made and the potential that lay ahead. As the Elysium Horizon ventured into uncharted space, the crew faced a range of challenges. Navigating through unknown regions required meticulous planning and adaptability. The crew encountered diverse and sometimes hazardous phenomena, including cosmic anomalies, dense asteroid fields, and unfamiliar celestial bodies. Each challenge was met with a combination of technological innovation and teamwork, demonstrating the strength and resilience of the coalition. The first significant discovery came when the Elysium Horizon encountered a previously unknown star system. The system was rich in resources and contained several planets with conditions suitable for habitation. This discovery was a major milestone for the FEP, opening up new possibilities for resource acquisition and potential settlement. As the exploration continued, the crew also made contact with a previously isolated species living in the newly discovered star system. The species, known as the Vortarians, were initially wary of outsiders, but were eventually open to dialogue. The successful establishment of diplomatic relations with the Vortarians was a testament to the coalition's commitment to peaceful exploration and mutual respect. The integration of the Vortarians into the coalition's framework was a complex process involving cultural exchange, resource sharing, and diplomatic negotiations. The Vortarians' unique technological advancements and cultural perspectives added new dimensions to the coalition's collective knowledge and capabilities. The success of the Frontier Exploration Program brought a renewed sense of purpose and excitement to the coalition. The discoveries made during the missions not only expanded our understanding of the galaxy, but also demonstrated the benefits of collaborative exploration and diplomacy. As we continued to explore new frontiers, the coalition remained focused on maintaining the values and principles that had guided us through our journey. The exploration of the galaxy was not just about uncovering new worlds, but also about fostering connections, sharing knowledge, and building a more inclusive and cooperative future. The new frontier marked a new chapter in our collective story, one filled with promise and potential. It was a reminder that our journey was ongoing and that the spirit of exploration and discovery would continue to drive us forward. With each new discovery and achievement, we were shaping the future of the galaxy and affirming our commitment to unity and progress. The exploration of the new frontier was a testament to the strength of the coalition and the boundless possibilities that lay ahead. Together, we ventured into the unknown with confidence and hope, ready to embrace the challenges and opportunities of the future. As the Frontier Exploration Program continued to yield remarkable discoveries and foster new alliances, the coalition had reached a pivotal moment in its journey. The successes and challenges of our endeavors had brought us closer together and reaffirmed our commitment to a shared future. Now, it was time to reflect on our achievements, acknowledge our growth, and set the course for the future. The Coalition Council convened a special session to mark this momentous occasion. The session was held in the Grand Assembly Hall of the Coalition headquarters, which had been decorated with symbols and artifacts from the various member species. The hall was filled with representatives from all member species, each contributing to the collective celebration of our journey. Dr. Eleanor Reyes, now a respected figurehead of our coalition, addressed the assembly with a sense of pride and optimism. We have embarked on a remarkable journey, one that has tested our resolve, challenged our perspectives, and united us in ways we could have scarcely imagined. Today, we gather not just to celebrate our achievements, but to reaffirm our commitment to the legacy we are building together. The assembly was a blend of reflection and forward-looking vision. Highlights of the coalition's accomplishments were presented, showcasing the advancements made in technology, diplomacy, and cultural exchange. The successful integration of the Vortarians, the breakthroughs achieved through joint research, and the successful management of external threats were all celebrated as milestones in our shared history. Amid the celebrations, the Council announced the formation of the Legacy Foundation, an initiative dedicated to preserving the history of our coalition and promoting future generations' understanding of our collective journey. The foundation would oversee the creation of a comprehensive archive, educational programs, and cultural initiatives aimed at ensuring that the values and lessons of our experiences were passed down. The Legacy Foundation's mission was to ensure that future generations understood the significance of our journey and the principles that had guided us. It would work to document the stories of our diverse species, the challenges we overcame, and the triumphs we achieved. The Foundation's efforts would be a testament to the strength and resilience of our unity and a reminder of the power of collaboration. As part of the final chapter of our story, a grand ceremony was held to unveil the Unity Monument, a massive structure located in the heart of the Coalition headquarters. The monument was designed to symbolize the Coalition's commitment to peace, cooperation, and shared progress. It featured intricate carvings and inscriptions representing the diverse cultures and species of the Coalition, celebrating the unity and strength that had been achieved. The unveiling of the Unity Monument was a moving moment, symbolizing the culmination of our journey and the beginning of a new era. The monument stood as a beacon of hope and a reminder of the principles that had guided us: solidarity, understanding, and mutual respect. As we looked toward the future, the Coalition was poised to embrace new challenges and opportunities with confidence. The legacy we had built was one of unity and collaboration, and the path ahead was filled with promise. The successes of the Frontier Exploration Program and the growth of our collective knowledge and capabilities were a testament to what we could achieve when we worked together. Reflecting on the journey, I felt a profound sense of gratitude and fulfillment. We had navigated through trials and triumphs, learned from our past, and built a future grounded in shared values. The Coalition had transformed from a fragile alliance into a dynamic and resilient force, capable of shaping the galaxy's future. As the ceremony concluded and the assembly dispersed, there was a palpable sense of excitement and anticipation for what lay ahead. The story of our Coalition was far from over, but the legacy we had created would guide us as we continued to explore new frontiers, forge new alliances, and build a brighter future. The final chapter of our journey was not an end but a new beginning, a celebration of what we had accomplished and a commitment to the possibilities that lay ahead. Together, we would continue to build on our legacy, embracing the challenges and opportunities of the future with unity and hope. The galaxy was vast, and our journey was ongoing. But with the legacy of our shared experiences and the strength of our unity, we were ready to face whatever came next and continue to shape the future of our collective existence.